Welcome to Fixation Station, the podcast where we talk about fixations, hyper or otherwise, special interests, obsessions. Today we're going to be talking to the very funny Davide Dispenza about his obsession with alternative/weird comedy, specifically Tom Green, Tim and Eric, and Nathan Fielder. Oh my! Welcome to the show, Davide. How are you?
Hello, thank you. Great to be here. I'm doing good.
So I guess we'll start chronologically, and that would be Tom Green, right?
Right.
So how did you discover Tom Green?
I think I was around 10, around that age, and it was probably on MTV. I just stumbled upon his show, The Tom Green Show, which was basically a weird version of a talk show. Like it followed the talk show format, but it was just him being weird during the whole show. And a lot of the segments that he played were just him playing pranks on people, but it was not like the usual like hidden camera pranks that you would see. He would do stuff like he would go out in the street with 2 loaves of bread taped to his head and just asking people like, are you my mommy or are you my daddy? Things like that. So it was new, it was different. And I don't know, there's just something about it that drew me in.
Yeah. And he was, I think, we're talking about 4 comedians, but 3 acts. I think he was definitely had the widest popularity, right? I felt like a cultural phenomenon in a way that
for a while he became very popular doing this stuff.
Yeah. It's hard to tell, right? Because in a way, everybody on television was popular. Hit television shows now would be on like the brink of cancellation.
Most television shows or his television shows?
No. My current hyperfixation is people will notice I've mentioned this in other episodes, or maybe not, because I don't know what order I'm going to be releasing these in, but things that are considered mega popular now would be on like the brink of cancellation in terms of like numbers of viewers.
Oh, right. Yeah, I get it.
Because there's just so much more things that people can be doing with their time.
Yeah.
And he was also, I mostly knew him because the annoying people in my grade liked. And in fairness, the annoying people, I didn't like most people. We got along in high school though. So if you're watching this, it's all good. But
we can cut that out.
We can, but I thought it was funny, so I'll probably leave it. No relationship is worth cutting a joke. And then also Drew Barrymore, the fact that he was dating.
Yeah.
Maybe were they ever married? That was like always a thing, right? Were they ever married?
I think so. But yeah, I didn't follow their relationship closely.
They definitely at 3 different times were like, oh yeah, we did get married. There was
something weird.
Yeah. So how do you feel like he influenced your life at the time? Do you feel like he changed anything? I'm trying not to lead the witness.
Yeah, I think he definitely influenced my view of comedy and, like what's possible and what things can be funny. Because apart from that, I was watching like stand-up and more like conventional types of comedy, like stand-up and sketch comedy. But with Tom Green, it was something new. And there was, his brand of humor is like shock humor, you could say. Mm-hmm. But he kind of, within the brand, he created his own version of shock humor that then influenced other people after him, like Jackass with the pranks. There's definitely a lot of things in common.
For sure.
So yeah, he kind of opened the path towards more weird types of comedy, you could say.
Yeah, absolutely. And like for people listening to this and or me who never like really got into him, is there like a specific clip you would say to like watch first? Or
like would we watch it now, or is it just to tell people?
Okay, I guess just to tell people, and then I want to watch now as well.
Well, yeah, I don't really have one in mind. But I could find one now.
Okay, why don't you look and we'll
insert cut here.
Also, I feel like with TikTok and stuff, video editing has become much more intuitive, but audio editing is still non-intuitive. And someone should TikTokify audio editing if anybody wants to steal that. Also, I would like an app that tells me what to wear. Thank you.
I'm pretty sure there must be an app that tells you what to wear.
I guess the app is just always wear the same thing, like Steve Jobs or whatever.
Right.
I feel like if you did that though, people, as a woman, I think people would be like, are you trying to be Elizabeth Holmes?
I got 2 clips.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if these are the most iconic clips, but
So this is Undercutter's Pizza.
yeah, so this is one of the pranks, like more traditional prank things that he did, where he plays pranks on people who are getting their pizza delivered.
Okay.
And well, you'll see in the clip what the actual prank is.
Already I'm thinking of a Nathan Fielder prank.
Yeah.
let's see. We'll get to him eventually. Okay, I'm gonna watch it.
See that Camaro right there? It belongs to a real pizza guy. Real. And I've got this new business idea where we're going to undercut the competition.
Listener, this is future Arielle describing what happens in this clip. Tom Green, as he just said, follows a working pizza delivery person, gets there, talks to their customer, asks what kind of pizza did you order? They say extra cheese. He just throws some cheese on some pre-existing pizza, and the customers don't want to buy the cheaper pizza. They, in fact, chase him away with a hammer. You will eventually be able to find videos of me reacting to all of these clips on YouTube. I'm now going to take you back to past Arielle, who's just finished watching that clip. Okay. I'm gonna stop. Whoa. What is
This is the Tom Green Show. It's not the Green Tom.
I forgot. I don't know why I'm so surprised by autoplay. What is happening? Okay. Why don't we watch the next one?
Sure.
And then we can talk about it. Future Arielle here again. He's taking a camera crew into a store. And I think everything else that happens is you can tell from the audio. I have cut the clip a tiny bit for brevity.
It's really embarrassing buying condoms sometimes, so I'm going to bring the camera with me just so it's less embarrassing. Hi. I'm just going to buy some of these condoms. Here, just going to buy some of these condoms. Just buying some of these condoms here. Because I'm planning on making love to a woman tonight. And I'm really excited about that. And condoms, they help prevent sexually transmitted diseases and pregnancy. And both of those things I don't think I'm really mature enough to handle at this stage of my life. Although Al Capone did die of syphilis, so there is an element of glamour to that. So I'm just going to buy these condoms. Do I pay for them over there? Okay. So you're probably going to visualize me making love to a woman when I walk away, and that's fine. I know that's probably a hard thing to wrap your head around, visualizing that, but I'll pay for them over here, okay? I'm just going to buy these condoms.
You really think that's funny?
Buying condoms?
No, what the way you're talking.
I think it's really important.
Disgusting.
I think it's important to buy condoms because it's the 90s, and sexually transmitted diseases.
How about trying abstinence?
Abstinence?
Yeah.
Do you wear that? Do you wear abstinence? What is that? Is it like a jockey strap? Okay. Thanks. I'll try that out. I'll try that abstinence thing out. I guess do you sell that here too, abstinence? Okay. Thank you very much. See you. Thanks for the suggestion.
Yeah. So I
Actually, autoplay.
Could you tell me where you're going anyways?
In the meantime, I actually found the clip that I was talking about in the beginning about with the loaves of bread.
Should I watch that too?
Maybe not the whole thing, maybe just like a minute or so, because I think this has the essence of a show more than the previous one that we watched.
Okay. I do have lots of things to talk about.
Oh, okay.
Can you see it?
No.
Okay. I'm just used to like this disabling screen sharing because of. Do you remember Zoom bombing?
Oh yeah. I mean, I've never been a victim of it.
Oh, okay. It was a big thing on comedy, but it's just so funny that was like 2 years ago, and it feels like a million years ago when we were just
Yeah.
all innocently just sharing Zoom links on Twitter and being like, nobody's gonna take this random Zoom link from Twitter and just stream elder porn on it. Like, why would anyone do
Yeah.
that?
Why would anyone do that on the internet?
Yeah. Create an Eventbrite link if you're going to start a Zoom comedy show. Also, don't start a Zoom comedy show in 2022. What are you doing? Okay. Share screen, Google Chrome.
Nope.
I have a quick share. Okay.
Okay.
So in this clip that you're about to hear me laugh at, because there's no real audio, cheesy bed music plays, you'll hear that. And Tom Green tapes two baguettes to his head, like where his ears are, and then aggressively stares at people.
Yeah, I think you get the idea.
I understand. This is the funniest one, I think, or the one I found the funniest. For people on the internet, if you didn't know, comedy is subjective. But I did find the bread thing the funniest. I do also think it's tough in general when you're going back and looking at comedy that was groundbreaking 20 years ago, because
Yeah.
there's been so many like imitators of it that I think it's kind of similar with, I don't know if either of these comedians would appreciate this comparison, but I think it's kind of similar to Seinfeld, right? Where like so many people imitated Seinfeld that Seinfeld started to feel derivative, even though everybody was copying him.
Right.
Yeah, but like you look back and you're like, everybody does this. Everybody.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, I can see that. I mean, there's tons of YouTube pranksters that have done, similar things. And now with TikTok, you have TikTok pranksters.
Yes. And like the condom thing, I believe before Tom Green, like that might have happened on the radio. It's like a Howard Stern type thing, like a shock jock thing. But putting that on television was very new. Whereas now we're like, what a corny asshole saying making love. But also that woman being like, have you ever thought of being abstinent? It's also very funny. But I like the breadth, because another element that all of these acts have in common is absurdity, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And yeah, he was committed 100% to whatever he did, and it was always way over the top. And I think that's also something that was unique, how much he committed, and how far he went with the silliness and the goofiness.
Right. I mean, you compared it to like, this is the first time you saw something that was like comedy that wasn't stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
A lot of stand-up comedians are trying to be cool, and he was not trying to be cool, right?
Yeah.
Like he wasn't, to speak the language of improv, he was a low status.
Yeah, he was embarrassing himself, you could say, like the joke. He was the joke.
Right, exactly. And that is very different from stand-up comedy, where like, everybody else is ridiculous. Again, to compare him to Seinfeld, the whole point about Seinfeld is that he's right and everybody else is wrong.
Yeah.
Millennials are like old now, but we were once young. Not old, we're still young, but we were once children. And I think he was maybe one of the first comedians that really felt like he was for us and not something that, do you agree or not?
Yeah, you could say that. I guess he was targeting a younger crowd.
How do you feel about the fact that MTV doesn't have music videos?
I don't know. I think that's a whole like different podcast episode.
But do you think he's part of that?
I mean, I don't know if that was like the tipping point,
The
Tom Green show being on MTV, but he was definitely part of that trend of having like regular shows on MTV,
right?
Not just music videos. But to go back to the first clip that we saw, the Undercutters prank. Yeah, you could say that that's, more standard type of prank, but I think what he did really well and what was unique is how far he went with his pranks, and he would often get into risky situations where people were actually mad at him and wanting to hurt him.
A lot of times pranks are like mean, but
Mm,
that prank,
yeah.
he is the butt of the joke.
Yeah,
The joke isn't look at this poor pizza man who's being undercut, or look at these idiots who ordered a pizza. The joke is look at this idiot putting himself in dangerous situation, which again is the jackass comparison.
yeah, they also did a lot of that,
Right.
in a slightly different way, but
Right, but they also jackass is not mean.
yeah, I mean, they were mean to each other at times,
right.
but not to the public. They were just getting their, spontaneous reactions.
They were mean consensually.
Yeah.
I do think a lot of TikTok pranks are mean.
Yeah, I guess it depends. I mean, I also come across weird types of pranks that aren't really mean. So I guess now the market is wider.
If I'm seeing mean pranks, that means apparently I secretly like them, because that's how the algorithm works. So do you think we've missed any specific element of Tom Green?
I think we covered the essence of the show.
And so then the next comics you wanted to talk about were Tim and Eric. And how did you discover them?
So that was a bit later on in my life. I was
It also came out later, right?
Yeah, makes sense. I was in my early 20s, and I was actually introduced by my younger brother. Yeah, we share the same sense of humor, or like we have a lot of things in common. And yeah, he would often share things with me that he thought I would enjoy. And yeah, he just sent me some Tim and Eric clips. And
This is Tim and Eric, awesome show, great job.
Yeah, it was from their awesome show.
Because they had a couple of shows, right? Or am I?
Yeah, they did actually have a previous show that
Okay.
has more of a cult following called Tom Goes to the Mayor.
Okay.
That's an animated show.
And they were both on Adult Swim?
Yeah, but awesome show is kind of what really cemented their status as like alternative comedians in this specific brand of humor.
And they are definitely I think they were probably, of the three, maybe the nichest, would you say? Or
I don't know, it's hard to say. I think now like most people that are into comedy have heard of them at least, or like know about them. So maybe now they have more of a mainstream appeal almost. But again, yeah, maybe at first it was more niche.
What is mainstream now anyway?
Right.
COVID misinformation. But do you have any clips from them that you would recommend? Or
with them I have clips that I can think of more quickly.
Okay.
That I usually use to introduce people to Tim and Eric, because that was also a phase getting other people to
because
watch them.
That is an element of fixation that I haven't really talked about on the podcast yet, where you're like obsessed with something and you just want everybody else to be obsessed with it too. Yeah,
you want to share that.
How do you feel? Did most of the people you showed it to also like it, or?
No, I wouldn't say most of the people, but yeah, some of them did. I never got like a neutral reaction. It was either like why are you showing me this? I don't get it. Or what the fuck am I watching? To that was actually pretty funny. So it was always interesting showing. It was an interesting experience showing people Tim and Eric clips.
It's really a blind spot for me. This is embarrassing to admit, but I've never watched anything.
Not even like clips?
No, I don't know why. Again, it comes back to there's just so much.
Fair enough.
Watch, but I really like Tim. Like whenever Tim Heidecker is on like a podcast, I'm like,
do you like him? Do you like his persona, like one of his comedic personas, or do you like him like as Tim Heidecker?
It's unclear. I remember the first time I was introduced to them, they were on The Best Show, I think back when it was on WFMU. I don't know if That is the name of the show.
Okay.
But it is also the best show. People should listen to it. And it is 3 hours long, but it's only once a week. So, but it has been going for 20 years. But they were definitely doing, I can't remember the details at all, but they were definitely not playing themselves. And it was
Okay.
funny. Like they were, I think they were like pretending to be candy bar executives or something. I can't remember.
Okay. So yeah, they were still doing bits.
Yeah, they were doing bits, but also Tim Heidecker was on You Made It Weird recently, and I really appreciated him. Mostly
Oh.
because he just hated on Russell Brand.
Great. I'll have to listen to that one.
Yeah, I recommend it. But let's watch some clips. I'm talking so much.
Okay. So this is one of the ones that are more known.
Okay. And for people who are following along, what should they search for?
This is Paul Rudd's computer.
Okay.
This is future Arielle. Paul Rudd walks up to a computer that's sort of in a futuristic negative space, and then he talks to the computer and asks the computer to show him different dancers, like Celery Man. All of the dancers are him in different outfits. It's supposed to be futuristic, but now kind of the interface looks old-fashioned, and this appears to be Paul Rudd's job of some kind. And I think with that, you'll be able to understand this upcoming audio.
Computer,
Yes.
do we have any news sequences?
I have a beta sequence I've been working on. Would you like to see it?
All right.
Okay.
Hey, Paul, I'm Tane, your latest dancer. I can't wait to entertain you. Now, Tane, I can get into. Could I see a hat wobble?
Yes.
And a bargain style?
Yes.
Is there any way to generate a nude Tane?
Not computing. Please repeat.
Nude Tane.
This is not suitable for work. Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh! I'm okay.
Excuse me, Paul. Your wife is on the phone. It's an emergency.
I'll get it later. We have important work to do.
Okay. I like that. And that that's definitely sorry. I don't know why I'm scared of autoplay, but that's like absurdity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was definitely part of their humor as well.
Right. And why do you like absurdity?
Uh
I also like it
Yeah.
for the record, but I want to know that felt judgmental. Do you have any insight into why you think absurdity is so funny?
I think the surprise element with absurdity, you can keep that element fresh
Mm-hmm.
compared to, other more conventional types of humor. And yeah, I get obsessed with things, but I also lose interest quite quickly, so I can get bored of things quickly. And with something like absurdist comedy, that doesn't happen as much because every time you don't really know what to expect.
Right. Because that is the issue with stand-up. Jokes are about surprise, right? Like, but if you know the traditional setup, like you're waiting to be surprised. Does that make sense? You're like, okay, they're saying they're doing the setup, but then they're gonna do the punchline. And I don't know if this is me as a comedian or me as an audience member, but it is. I'm always thinking, what is the punchline going to be? Whereas watching that, I was never like, is he gonna ask to see a nude Tane?
Yeah, I mean, with this, it's not just about laughs. It's also about the feeling of like, what the fuck am I watching right now?
Right.
And going along for the ride.
The joke can also kind of be people made this. Like they got a movie star to like watch himself dancing. And
Yeah, that's also a joke within the joke, you could say.
Oh yeah, and absurdity. Like, isn't it ridiculous? It's funny because it's ridiculous that we did this.
Yeah.
Do you have any other clips I should watch?
Yeah, I got another
Okay.
one or two.
Okay.
So this one might be one of the most iconic ones that also was made into a meme.
Oh, interesting.
Maybe you'll recognize it.
Yeah, let's find out.
Hi, I'm Tim Heidecker, and welcome to Discount Price.
Sorry.
Oh wait, that's not actually the one I wanted to show. So that's actually good that you accidentally started playing that.
And for people following along, what should they search for?
Tim and Eric Free House.
The following advertisement is intended for Jim Booney only. It's free. Real estate.
We're giving you land.
It's free.
We're giving you a house.
It's real estate. Free.
It's a free house for you, Jim.
This is free real estate.
Well, you got to bring furniture, but the house is free.
2 bedrooms, no rugs. It's free.
You unlock the door to your free house. We got you the real estate.
It's a 2-bedroom house. It's free. It's got a pool in the back.
I'm not carrying this around all day. It's for your house.
Free real estate. I'll pee my pants.
Jim, come get your damn land.
It's a free house.
Jim, I got real estate.
Jim, to get better than this,
Jim.
the house is free.
Jim.
The house is free.
It's a free house.
It's free real estate.
I think I stopped auto.
Nice.
Sweet. So I'm not familiar with the meme that created. What meme was that?
Oh, that's like the very end line.
It's
Free real estate. That became a meme for a while.
They look different than I thought. I don't know why that's throwing me. That's my big takeaway. But that is also very funny.
And,
Also
and now it was also more recently combined with the Joe Biden meme when he said it grows the economy.
Oh, okay.
That was a nice mashup that happened.
Very funny. Okay, so let's say you showed that to someone and they didn't like it. How would they like it?
Would I what?
Okay, the year is 2010. 2000. When were you in the height of your Tim and Eric obsession, do you think?
Let's say 2012.
Okay, the year is 2012 and you're showing a friend free real estate. And they are like, what is wrong with you? Why are you showing this to me? How do you feel?
I guess a little disappointed,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, ultimately, yeah, people have different senses of humor. So
Davide's just more well adjusted.
But to be fair, this specific clip, like the free house
Yeah.
sketch, that's more palatable,
Yeah.
I feel, because it has a very clear premise and the craziness is all in like their performance and editing. But here you kind of know what the joke is.
Right. It does have a more classical. The joke is
Yeah, it's a free house.
but only for Jim Booney.
Yeah.
Do you have like a polarizing clip that you would show people?
Something that's more out there.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Well, they also do a lot of toilet humor in some of them, so maybe that's a bit more.
Yeah.
They do emphasize, the gross out factor in some of their sketches.
Right. I'm not always the biggest fan. That is also maybe a sign of my regression, but I definitely appreciate toilet humor more like at 35 than I did at like 15. At 15, I was like, no, I am too old and sophisticated.
All right.
Not that I was 15 when Tim and Eric came out.
All right. So yeah, this isn't that gross, but it is set in a toilet, and it is a bit more weird. So it's a different type of toilet humor, let's say. Just Tim and Eric urinal.
Okay.
I'm a businessman. I'm a businessman.
Stop! I haven't sharing the screen yet.
I travel constantly and often, and I do not have time to take showers and clean myself. The only opportunity I have is when I'm in airport bathrooms. That's why I chose the Cinco urinal shower system from Cinco. Just use a bungee cord to clamp the shower head to the urinal. Now I get nude. Don't be shy. I hope no one enters this room. Okay, ready to go. Just flush. The fresh water is redirected to create a unique horizontal showering experience. Just enough time to get clean.
Hey, what is this? Turn it off the water, man. Who you think clean all this mess up?
This is just a commercial. Chill out.
Commercial, you commercial, okay? Hey, put your clothes on, man. Other people will come here and see you nude. You like that? What kind of guy that you are?
Look, I'm a Hollywood actor. These are the cameras. See? We're on the set.
This is a public restroom. I already clean up. Who you think that clean all this stuff? I don't clean. I'm not clean. Okay? 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 You clean it up.
It's not a real bathroom.
Look at all the water around.
Anyone gonna help me?
Turn the stupid water off. Go ahead, clean it up.
John, can we get this? This is ridiculous.
Oh, these guys crazy. Turn off the water, man.
That was very funny. I would argue that's not gross though. I think you need to send me like a grosser.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay.
Although there was definitely a lot going on in this one.
Yeah, no, I mean it's very funny. I mean, for people, I'm just realizing this that podcasting is an audio medium too. For the people listening, there was a man who got naked, and then I think you could understand everything else, but that is part of it. But you couldn't. It was pixelated, blurred.
Yeah. All right. We got one more.
Okay.
D pants.
Okay.
Tim and Eric.
I'm gonna sound a million years old, but there is a way I could make all of these videos into a YouTube playlist. Right? That is
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, I will do that.
Put it in the show notes.
Yeah, exactly. D pants. Okay, and this is gross.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think most people would find this gross.
Okay, but you don't. Well, we'll talk about that after. I've already called you well-adjusted, so don't prove me wrong.
This is Arielle from the future. This clip is indeed gross, so if you want to skip a minute forward, I will understand.
Hello, I'm Diarrhea Jones, and the inventor of D-pants. D-pants are protective pants you wear under your trousers to capture and contain your uncontrollable diarrhea. Just squirt away right into the plastic. The diarrhea almost never runs away through the tight elastic around the ankles, and my D-pants are discreet. As a matter of fact, I've been filling them up right in front of you. And when they're filled up to the brim, you just hose them off in your backyard. Hello, Jenny. Ready for a new day. Damn it, I forgot to tell you. My D-pants are not made for solid loaves. It's too much for the plastic. It'll rip a hole right through the back. So please, keep it liquid. This is Diarrhea Jones reminding you to squirt on the go and poo in your pants with D-pants.
Yeah. So that is, yes, Dominic, that is gross. You gotta know what to tell you. Yeah, that's disgusting.
Yep.
Would you ever, but is that the first thing you would show someone ever? Or is that?
Probably not, unless I knew that they were already into this type of gross out humor. But that's generally not the clip I use to introduce people to Tim and Eric.
Yeah.
But you know, it's also a big part of Awesome Show.
Yeah.
These just gross things.
And it's part of why you like it, right? Or
yeah, I also enjoy. I mean, there's also a shock element
Mhm.
which I enjoy. And yeah, they always do it in such a way that is very over the top and stylized almost. So I don't actually find it disturbing, or I maybe the first time I thought it was gross, but you kind of get desensitized as you watch more of
Right.
it.
One of the things that Tim Heidegger was talking about in the this is just an advertisement for You Made Weird, a much more popular podcast. But actually, I don't know. I haven't aired any episodes. Maybe my podcast is more popular. It's unlikely. So Tim was like, it's not gross because it's not shit. Which, like, I mean, I also know that it's not shit. I want to be clear that I'm aware of it, but still, I don't know. There is sort of the visceral, like, so humans are, if they see another person throwing up, you're supposed to want to throw up because you've been eating similar food to them.
Yeah. Okay.
Disgust is like not an emotion, right? It's like a sense. It's more visceral than emotions. I feel like it's just, that thing will make me sick.
Yeah, but I also get what Tim Heidegger was saying about it, being fake, because like I could watch a sketch like this while I'm eating lunch and not be affected, but I couldn't watch like a medical show where they show like real stuff happening with human bodies, or even like a animal documentary where you have a predator, its prey. Like I think that would be more disturbing than something fake,
right?
For me.
Yeah, no, I think for me as well. Future Arielle here. I was not saying that I would watch that clip while eating lunch. I was just saying that I can understand that like an animal eating another animal would be grosser than that video. It is funny because there is also on Twitter a real trend. Hot girls have IBS, which is also at its heart diarrhea humor. And I do occasionally participate in that brand of humor. There is something incredibly vulnerable about shitting, right?
Oh yeah.
Like,
yeah, for sure.
And vulnerability is funny. Would you agree?
Yeah. I haven't thought about it in those terms.
Am I being too psychobabble-ish right now?
No, that's fine.
Okay. But I do think also maybe there is kind of a meta joke with stuff like that as well, where like it is funny, like it is ridiculous that I see a man that I know is not shitting into like plastic pants. Like I know that that's not, I know that that's not poop, and yet I'm watching it and my body is having this reaction like we're in the same community, and I like that poop poses a risk, right? Like that is funny. That like I feel like, but I don't think I'm wrong. I think there is something funny about like that's not real, and yet I'm still grossed out by it. It's funny. Would you?
Yeah.
Agree?
Okay. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. No, I think I get the point. You could say a similar thing with over the top violence, where if it's like if you have like buckets of blood flying around, it almost becomes like less disturbing because it's so over the top. Maybe, and possibly funny even.
Right. Yeah, I agree. Although the movie I was going to use is Tropic Thunder, right? The violence in that is so ridiculous that you're like, although I can't, like, I physically can't watch that movie because it makes me sick to my stomach.
Because of the violence?
Yeah, I've only ever made it to like the part where he's eating blood to like prove it's not blood, and I literally can't.
I actually don't remember that being a big factor in that movie, so I'm sure I'm way more desensitized than you are.
For sure, 100%.
And on that note, I'm going to end the episode. We did record a Nathan Fielder section that I was initially going to release as a mini-sode on this feed, but for various different reasons, it's just not ready to be released right now. If it is ever able to be released, I will be releasing it as an episode on my my Patreon, which I do have a Patreon. I very rarely update it, but I'm going to start putting podcast outtakes, and I'll put the link in my show notes. And now I'll take you to the end of the conversation I had with Davide, where we're wrapping up the conversation we had about all 3 acts. It's a little awkward, but in a way, it's kind of appropriate for the topic of conversation, I think.
Any final thoughts? Any new observations about any of the people?
Just that they're a big part of my personal comedy history.
Yeah, right. Do you think you would have gone into comedy without them?
I mean, probably, but
Okay.
I mean, it's hard to say what comedy would look like without these influences.
Yeah. Who do you think influences your humor the most?
Probably Tim and Eric.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I reference a specific video that you've made?
Sure. Yeah.
Did you remember this? I guess I can't remember what it's called. The squirrel video?
Yeah. Yeah.
I can really,
Squirrel
really
Boy.
Squirrel Boy. I can really see the Tim and Eric influence in that.
Yeah, that was definitely a direct inspiration from Tim and Eric.
And you and your brother made that together, right?
Yeah, we sometimes make videos together.
And he also liked all of these 3 people, or?
Yeah. I mean, he wasn't that much into Tom Green. I think just
Okay.
because he was too young when I was really into him. But yeah, definitely Tim and Eric and Nathan Fielder. He's also a big fan of.
Okay, I don't have any siblings, but I still think it's weird when people
When people what?
get along with it. I'm slightly exaggerating, but what's it like work with your brother?
Yeah, it's really nice. We don't really do, like business projects together. So we mostly just make stuff for fun. And yeah, it's pretty easy to work with him, I find, because we agree on most things when it comes to comedy and what's funny and not. So we build on each other quite naturally.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Why that sounded judgmental? I think it's great, and I also really like your brother, so I'm sure he's listening. And thank you. I don't know. We're going with this.
Shout out to Alessio.
Shout out. Watch the squirrel video. We'll link to it in the show notes. Is that okay?
Sure, yeah, of course.
Okay, yeah, okay. So where can people find you, Davide?
I'm not that present on the internet, but I'll just share my YouTube channel.
Okay.
Just search for my name, Davide Dispenza. It should be the first result. And I very occasionally post videos on there, but maybe I'll do that more frequently soon.
If everybody listening to this follows him, I have literally no idea how many people that will be, because I've never published this podcast yet, but maybe there'll be some. Also, follow me on YouTube, because I don't have that many followers.
I didn't know you had a YouTube channel.
Yeah, see, it's new, and it's mostly right now it is old TikToks, almost exclusively, but they're good ones, and people should follow them and like them and comment on them and make me famous. Do you want to promote Fiverr?
Yeah, sure. Why not? So I'm a Fiverr seller. I offer video production services, and you can find me at fiverr.com/Davide Dispenza. So that's just my name without any dots or anything.
And you mostly work as like a pitchman, right?
Well, I work both as a spokesperson, like a video spokesperson, where I'm actually presenting the service in the video, but I also offer other types of ads and explainer videos that have different formats. So it's not mandatory to use my image in your videos.
Okay, well, hire Davide. And yeah, thank you all for listening.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank you for
It's been
coming.
great.
Yeah, this has been really fun. Thank you for talking to me for 2 hours. I really appreciate it.